Good morning. I'm gonna be a tiny bit quieter today because it's some of my family are still sleeping, so you know. Anyway, what I wanted to get done was I found this orbs module online for like the arcs of the orbs because I don't really want to do all that. So I'm gonna try and copy this and implement it. I haven't connected. Implement it into the script. I think it'll be in the enemy client. Hit effect. Hit arc. Hit orb. Or paste. Let's see. I think I want to cache. Parent. Equals workspace. Orbs. Alright. Copy and paste all of that. I don't feel like creating the orb object. I've got a coffee, so. Oh. I'll just use the script. Let's just copy all this. Let's make a cache. Actually, no, I'll just use the cached folder I've got already in replicated storage. So we can create clone 100. Okay, that feels unnecessary. Orb dot parent equals replicated storage dot cached. Orb Dude. Yeah, I am. You're right. You're back again as well. It's like, what, the first time a viewer returned? And it's like, okay. What time zone are you in? Okay. If hashtag cached, no. If hashtag cache, then we gotta. The only issue with doing this, I think, is I'd have to make the trail dot enabled, like disable and then re-enable. Which is probably fine. Or orb. Orb dot trail dot enabled equals false. Enabled equals true. Yeah. What's random X? Random Y? Interesting. Alright. Let's see. What other properties? Duration, amount, and position. So 1, 1, self dot primary part. And we can probably do the same thing over here. Maybe change that to 3. Alright, time for some errors. What's going on? Do I have something yielding? I'm fairly sure. Oh yeah, no I do. Okay, where is it? It's probably the last thing I did. In the plot client. Where's the yielding part? Is that yielding? lazy. I think that should fix it. No? Okay, what is the issue? Okay, client. This is firing, right? No, it's not firing. Okay. What? Why isn't it working? If it's like a task.delay, that's really annoying. Okay, there's a chance something must be yielding in one of my other services then. Yeah. Currency inventory UI. Personalization. Like, print one, right? It's gotta get up to the plot. No. What? I don't get it. Why isn't that? Okay, so something's gone awry. The script is running, right? Yeah. Now I have to find what's yielding. Alright. Let's close others. Yeah, my brain is frying right now. because it's probably a very silly fix that I'm having a lot of issues with. Can't be monetization. No. Plot client, no. 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 Oh, the shop. It's probably something to do with the shop, because that's what I was working on. Let's see. I bet it's the shop. It was not the shop. Oh. No. I mean, it could still be the shop, I don't know. Nah. I've got a feeling it's not the shop. Yep, time to start throwing a whole bunch of prints in then. Let's go 50% of the way through. Add like a print 2. Print 3. Does it print 2? It does not print 2. Does it print 2? It does not print 2. What? Is it one of those three then? Yeah, it is. Okay. Now it's just working out which one it is. 3, 4. It's not how I use for 4. 5. Okay. So, enemy service client. Why is this yielding? Oh, it's requiring enemy client, which is requiring this, which I just made. Play character added weight. That was it. That was the issue the entire time. Of course. Like, if the player joined before the character added could fire, then it would just yield forever. Now it's time for some actual errors. Right. I forgot how to actually use the orbs. Yeah. So silly. It was a massive waste of time having to fix all that. Oh. Yeah. Let's switch it over now if the thing's gonna work. Is it working? Okay. Slightly. Let me show. I mean, it doesn't look as glamorous as I was hoping. I'm gonna have longer trails. But basically, each time it fires, it's going to have a cool effect of money flying into your player. Let's do some longer trails. Hit orb? No, where is it? Oh no, it is. Okay. Lifetime. 0.5. Yeah. Yeah, the particles do look pretty nice. Should I change the color though? I feel like a white one doesn't look terribly nice. I'll do it later. Lifetime, do I have max length, like, sorted out? Okay, that looks a bit nicer. It's just a bit too slow if I were to make one adjustment. But I do like the particles. I'm gonna half the time for this and do the same for the speed. Yeah, the proximity prompts is a weird one. I don't know how to do custom proximity prompts, so I found a online module where's my proximity, and I just made a tiny, I just sort of copied and pasted the script and edited a couple of things so it would work in Rojo and stuff. But yeah, the themed proximity prompts look really cool. Here it is. Speed. Let's try 0.5. Wait, that's not speed. That's speed. Or duration, really. Yeah. I was feeling like I should open source some of my code. Like, my monetization service is very bare bones, but it is very, very helpful. It's got a black outline. Yeah, it looks nice. I was thinking of going with a proximity prompt similar to like Grow Gardens, but it just didn't look nice. This one looks very clean. And so, were you thinking that, like, tweening the moving of the turret would look cool? Because I agree, it might look pretty nice. My only worry is that, like, firing is going to be slightly too early if it's got to tween through the C-frame and stuff, but we'll see how it looks. If we go client, here I'm just doing a pivot too, but let's just go tween service, create self-top. Ooh, it's a lot harder to tween a model, I think. Yeah, let's do the primary part then. Let's just do. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, like doing it beforehand. But the I'll just have to tweak a couple things, like the explosion effect is actually on the under the enemy service, and the enemy service gets a signal when it's hit, so like whenever it gets hit it does an explosion, which I'll probably change because that's not a terribly great way of doing it. Using direction would be out, I'd say. Property table C-frame equals this guy. Let's get rid of that and get rid of that. Now if this doesn't work, then I've probably got my weld set up wrong. Like the welding the parts together. Oh, diamond. Oh, I don't know if you've seen, I tried doing like, yeah, mutations. Okay. So it doesn't work. It's fine. Let's see if the actual, what's it called? The primary part's moving though. Where is placed points? No, placed objects. Yeah, that's moving. Okay. Getting a bit of glare on my screen from the sun coming up, but it should be fine for now. I'm going to make a new shared thing called tween model. Return function. So I'll kind of want to keep it very similar to tween service. You have your model, which will be a model. Tween info, and properties, which is a table. So how would I do this? We can that is true. Hang on 2 seconds. Yeah, I'll just switch it over really quickly. Enemy new. I don't like the math.radius thing. I have to guess which one I need to choose. I'm gonna try the first one and see how that works. I'll switch it back. But yeah, I don't know which angle I should be rotating them on. I don't think it's that one. That does not look terribly correct. The y-axis. Let's try the y-axis. Oh yeah, that's it. Nice. Yeah, that does look a bit better. The little animations are my favorite part. I'm so glad Roblox added UGC animations. I could not have done all that. Yeah, I was talking about my monetization service. I think it's pretty cool. But you can pass through extra info if you want on this client. So like, if you're trying to skip a wait on a crate, generally you don't get that information when you prompt a product. But now you can pass it through on the networker. This guy saves it. And you can also register product IDs with their rewards to certain branches. And it will fire that, where's the firing? Fires the chosen branch, player, reward info, and extra info if it's needed. Which is pretty cool. But yeah, if you guys, or if anyone wants this, I'll probably put it on my GitHub at some point, because it's very simple but very helpful. Right, back to tweening the model. We want to do tween model pivot to. Okay, this is not gonna be, it's gonna be a C-frame. I'd make stuff open source once the game is published. Yeah. I mean, it's just like a monetization service, so it's very modular. You can drag and drop it into any game, and yeah, I don't mind if others have it. Should I do run service? Probably not. Okay, this is a very lazy way to do this. No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Okay. I can do it without the tween info. It's just gonna let, yeah, no tween info. Service dot connect. Local num equals 0. We should also call this connection RBX script connection. So I need to get like an increment along the way. I'm fairly sure math.lerp is something, or cframe.lerp. How does math.lerp work again? Yeah. Ooh. That might be my fault. I don't know what my stream might be doing. I set my latency to ultra low, so hopefully it's not that bad. But yeah, game get ripped off from you. 300 a year of development on a game is crazy. What was the game? How do you get that ripped off from you? Like, did you have people working on it with you? I had a guy do the animations. Oh, was it like one of those cool fighting games with a bird animations? Oh no. You gave him access to the entire thing, didn't you? Oh. Yeah. That's kinda sad. I don't enjoy having to work with other people and projects neither. I haven't actually really done it much, but there's a couple of times I've done commissions. I was already cautious. Not cautious enough. How did he rip it off from you if he didn't have access to like the to the game file? Private secret. So it's decompiler. I'm not sure how that works. Yeah. I mean, generally I'm fairly sure decompilers work on what is it called? Like client side? No, it is true. I think it does work on server as well. I don't know how it works though. So this is going to be like progress, right? Local progress equals starting is 0, 1. Now how do I do that to the model? We go the server should be inaccessible, but I mean, yeah. Oh, hang on. What am I streaming right now? Okay, so I'm streaming the wrong thing. So this is actually what I'm using right now is a Genroho tree by Leaf. He open sources a lot of his stuff, but it's really cool. So see how I've got all these services, and I've got a client script and a server in the same folder. Generally that means that the server can be accessed on the client and get all the scripts. But his guy, let's see if I can move chat. Well, that's not it. His little script thing remaps everything. So in shared, I'll have services, but I'll only have the client in replicated storage. Server script services, they get all the server. So all the server scripts are inaccessible. Yeah. I'll send you his GitHub. I use a lot of his stuff because I really like it. Leaf Stout. He made, I don't know if you know the game, but Tower Defense RNG. He is the creator of that. Alright. Back to working on the game. where was I going again? Yeah. Yeah, he does a whole bunch of dev streams as well, very, very often, on his YouTube channel. What am I looking for? I've forgotten what I'm doing. Alright, I was tweening the model. How do I do like progress times C-frame? Can I do that? Model C-frame. Hang on. I'm not looking this up right now. Nor am I asking ChatGPT. I'm just copying this. For no reason. I've got no clue how I would do progress on a C-frame. Start lerp target. What? What is this guy yapping about? Start ... lerp. You know what? I have faith in this. Start. You can lerp. Lerp wasn't showing up before. That's what I was wanting. It just didn't show up. So target duration. Okay. Hopefully that's it. We go tween model, self.model, this guy, frame.lookat, and 0.1. What am I streaming? I'm streaming this, streaming that. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Isn't it just for simple numbers? I mean, I have no clue how lerp works, but it seemed to be just for simple numbers. I didn't know that C-frame had a lerp function in it, so I was trying to use like simple numbers and then timesing the C-frame by simple numbers. I don't know. Hey, okay. That's smoother. Look at that. I kind of like that smoothness. But I feel like it should also scale when it shoots. Right now it's very not reacting. Like it doesn't react at all. Okay. Am I cleaning everything up properly in my tween? Hopefully. Okay. Let's switch it back to Visual Studio. There we go. Tower client, tween model, and then I want to scale it. So what I did before on a different game is I scaled it really quickly and then slowly scale it back, and it gives a cool effect of like being clicked or something. I'll try and let's go not UI. New file, scale model, because you can't actually do it, although alright, so base of the turret to turn. Yeah, but I mean, I'll think about that. That was my original plan, but I kind of like the jankiness of, I mean, I might actually have to end up doing that though, because the more levels, hang on, there is one issue. When you rebirth, you go up a level, and you start placing these guys. They start attacking the guys below the platform as well, so it looks like it's looking down, which isn't, it's not great. But I kind of like the weirdness of it. And I mean, it's gonna look really stiff if it only rotates on the y-axis, I feel like. Oh. Wait, no, I'm not showing. I wasn't showing the screen. There we go. You see that? Well, how are you animating the touch right now? The turrets are not animated at all. What I just did was tween the C-frames so it would move nicely. But I'm just doing C-frame.look at, and I pass through the position of the zombie that they attack, so it doesn't move it in place. I can just sort of set the Y to 0. It wouldn't be a massive issue to do. But I just don't know if I would like that. Like, I kind of like the funny looking jankiness. It is pretty bad. Okay, let's go back to scaling the model. So for the scale, yeah, exactly. We can pass through tween info for this, because I've actually done a scale model before, and you make what I did was making a number instance, a number value, I don't know what they're called. Stop new number value, yeah. And you do all of this. Oh wait, we need a starting position, starting scale, which is a number, and we need a goal scale, which is also a number. So numValue.value equals starting scale. Tween info, tween service, create, model, no, numValue, tween info, and I'm fairly sure the property for values is like nothing, right? I don't think you put through a value, or do you just send, I'll say value. Value equals goal scale. And then we like subscribe to it. NumValue dot changed. Connect function. Model dot scale to new value. New value. Now how do I clean this up? Local connection, because nil connection. Oh no, RBX script connection. This I'm gonna say is local tween dot completed once function. Connection disconnect instance or num value destroy. Nice. I think that's it. So now we need two tween infos. 1 and 2. This is going to look ugly, but tween info.new. So I'll say 0.1 on here, enum.using style.quad. Using direction is out. Maybe it would be in, I don't know. Tween info.new 0.05. Ooh. Okay. I want this one to be longer than the first one. Using direction out again. And then task.spawn scale model self.model starting scale is like 1, goal scale is 1.3, tween info 1, task wait 0.05, tween it with info 2, starting scale is 0.3 and back to 1. Okay. Hopefully that all works. Nah, this isn't like a passion project. I really want to make a horror game at some point. But on Roblox, they just don't seem to do well. And once I get like any funds at all, that's what I'll start doing. I want to do a horror game. Okay, why isn't it tweening? But I mean, I'm still gonna try as hard as I can to make a good game. Like, it doesn't, just because it's not a passion project, it doesn't mean it has to be a bad one. Like a bad game, badly scripted game, you know. Didn't seem to tween. Alright, because I'm never playing the tween, that would make sense. There we go. Oh, why not work on a passion project? I don't think I answered that question. Because I kind of want a bit of like financial security before I try anything like that. Alright, now look at that. That feels a bit too jarring. I kinda like it though. Nah, too jarring. I'll set it to like 1.2 or 1.15, I don't know. What I do know is it's way too strong. Yeah, that looks a bit nicer. Have all the little drops come over into my inventory. Colour the... No, I don't want to colour. No colouring. The trail should be influenced by light, I think. Yeah. Become a resource of fun such won't change. I mean, I don't have an actual job yet. I'm still a wee lad, so I'm kind of... Yeah. Oh, yeah. So risky right now. But the amount of funds that are on Roblox is just insane. So, for the time being, I just sort of... I mean, this is all good progress for life. But, I mean... Not progress. Practice. Real jobs, you know. It's not like Lua's a Roblox-made language. I mean, Lua U kind of is, but... I think it's still used out in the field, so... I don't know. I kind of don't want to actually get a real job, though. So I'm trying anything I can before I have to. It should be very sad when that happens. Oh. We'll see. Only time will tell. What do I need? Scaling the model. Sound effects. I should make a sound service really quickly. Return client type client x client. I still think Roblox can like turn their bad reputation around if they just sort of get rid of Big Bazooki. Like, they've just got to get rid of him. He is so annoying. Okay. Client dot play sound. Do I need sound in here? I think it's client dot play self client. We need a sound name string unique would unique number. This is like if I want multiple sounds of the same sound playing at the same time, I'll just have them all pass through a unique number so it can play at the same time. Otherwise, I'll just reuse the same sound instance. So modules. Wait, what am I streaming? I'm streaming the wrong thing. Yeah, I keep doing that. Okay. Let's go self-dot sound instances, which is going to be a string to a sound. I'll actually pass through properties as well, right? No properties. Not for now, at least. I'll do that later if I need to. If you're still watching, like, do you have a job right now? Like, how how do you make your money? Because it would be very good information to know. If unique number else. It's just a sound. Studying for a job. Oh, you're going to university. Yeah. No, I don't want to get into the game development field at all, man. That is just... the way they seem to treat their staff, I've heard at least, or pay them, horrible. I do not want to do all that. But before I actually have a real job, I can game develop any game I want. Okay, let's get rid of this unique number because it's kind of complicating it right now. Let's just do the bare bones. So if self.sound instances sound name, then I'm just going to call this sound. Sound equals self.instances sound name. Else. It would be, game development would be a dream job if I was, like, working for myself or, like, the owner of a big corporation. Being a game dev in a, like, studio environment, I've heard, is not terribly fun. But I guess it all depends, really, on where you get your job. Yeah, indie projects. But, I mean, outside of Roblox, though, Roblox provides you the servers so you can, and it provides, like, the easiest way to get your stuff monetized, has a large player base, so it sort of just gives you everything as a game developer. So you don't have to do the hard part. What's the sound ID? Alright, sounds. Forgot to return something. New file. Let's do a server in case I want to do like a server-wide sound. I highly doubt I would need to do a server-wide sound, but if I'm doing like events, networking is awful. Yeah. Making shaders for the game is actually impossible on Roblox, I think. That you have to do what? All I've seen to make cool shader effects sometimes is adding a glass ball to the player's camera and making its transparency higher than physically possible and stuff. I don't think it's actually possible to do shaders. Sound service. Although I still think Roblox is just better than all that weird Fortnite development that's, you know, the UEFN stuff? I think it's just weird. I haven't tried it, but it doesn't look like it. Like when Fortnite was deciding to become a game, I don't think they decided to make it a game like Roblox. So it's just not made with the same sort of I don't know what I'm saying, but it just doesn't seem like a game that was designed with that sort of function. Yeah, not as modular. And I'm surprised there's so many people saying I made this amount from UEFN, and I doubt it. Fortnite is such a small game now, I thought. But I haven't gone on... What am I doing? Sound name? String. I haven't gone on and checked though. Worker, fire. Let's say, no, not player. This is just for all players, really. Oh. Play. Sound name. Do I need to pass anything else? No. It's good enough. Oh yeah, the owners. It was a Unreal Engine created game. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, that was what I was trying to say. I just couldn't formulate my words to say it. But yeah, they did not have the foresight to be doing all that. And it doesn't seem to... I don't think it works with their game. Okay. Now I've got to find some sounds. This is going to be the boring part for you guys, because I don't think you guys can actually hear anything. Toolbox. Where would sounds be? Audio? Cache. Whoa, okay. That really hurt my ears. It's a bit nicer. Yeah, it just works enough so they don't fully lose irrelevancy. It's not a great game for Fortnite. I actually haven't played, but I played once at a friend's house years ago. I guess funny. I feel like cash isn't the way to go. I think coins are the way, like coin sound effects are probably better. This one sounds like one that was used in like Pet Simulator or something, so just gonna copy that. Why is my... let's try putting that in sounds. Coins equals... coin, maybe. But it's 2018 code. Yeah, I had to keep it relevant some way. I mean, I still know some people who play it, so they've done something to not have it stay in the ground forever, but I don't think it's gonna last much longer. Sound play. What else? Is this it? There we go. Client. Let's do sound service here. Everything should be calling sound service. Server. So if I go enemy effects, hit orb. That's true, you're correct. I'm streaming the wrong page again. Let's go. Okay. Sound service, let's try here. Sound service, play, coin. Just like that. Let's see if it works first. Okay, it does work. Can turn my volume back up now. How many instances is it making? Okay. It's making a new instance every single time a new sound is played, so I've done something wrong. Yeah. This guy. There we go. Now it should just make it one instance per sound. Okay, what other sounds do I need? Like hit sounds? Like shot. Shot's gonna be way too aggressive though. Hit. Okay, that's really loud again. I need like a cartoony impact though. Impact. These don't sound terribly good. I've been studying since you've been streaming. Yes. Basically, okay. Midnight. You're from the UK, that's my guess. Or like, I don't know, the east side of America? That's gotta be somewhere. Belgium. Nice guess. Okay. I'm not the greatest geographer in the world. I was kind of going off Australia's plus 11, so... And it's 9 o'clock right now. Well, it doesn't sound nice. Cartoon impact. I can't find a single good sound. Maybe if I just search all of them. Genres. Ambient. No. Sound effect. Cartoon. That is not cartoon. How do I get you to hear this? don't think that fits in the cartoon category. It was, I'm searching for cartoon sound effects, and that was creepy sounds for horror game. Don't know why they thought that was, a cartoon sound. Cartoon bonk? No. These audios are terrible. They are better than Free Sounds or those other audio websites. Yeah. And I can't be bothered like having to download an MP3 and then upload it as well, because you get like a limited amount, I'm fairly sure. Like per month. I probably wouldn't hit the limit. I think they might have made it more. I'm not sure though. I'm just going to choose this first one for now. How do I copy asset ID? Sounds. Yeah, it's interesting. You download sounds from Roblox and then you use them. I have not made games outside of Roblox. I mean, I've tried Unreal Engine before Fortnite and everything, but I was a very young person back then, and I probably had no clue what I was doing, because I didn't enjoy it at all. Hit orb, hit market, hit effect. Let's go. Table, no. What am I thinking about? Sound service, no. Sound service client, play, hit. No, it's just gonna make a little each time something's hit. You pretend you're still working in Roblox and other projects. It's interesting. Wow. This is a masterpiece. The only issue is once I start getting like 50 of these, and it is only making 2 instances, right? Looks less clunky. Yeah, I like the less clunky look. It's generally what I'm going for. Sound service. Yeah, 2 instances. My sound service is working. Alright. So I'm gonna edit my sound service a tiny bit. Considering I've got those sounds playing in there, if I have like 50 towers, it's just gonna have the 2 sounds firing over and over and over and over again. Which I don't want to do, so where's my sound service? Yeah. I'm gonna say self.playing sounds equals. Why'd I do commas? Ooh. Why am I doing all this? Yep. Ciao. Ding, 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 ding. Do a bit of that. String boolean. If I'm not sure what once does, but I'm hoping once kind of terminates itself after I'm done with it, right? Actually, I have no clue. Okay. So a couple are being missed. Oh, I see. I've got it in the wrong thing. The pop is going in hit effect. What? Does hit effect not play when they die? It doesn't. What am I doing? Kind of makes me feel like I can do self dot hit here. Pass through damage. Welcome back. The wrong page again. I think it's... I only had to change a couple of things, so hopefully... Yeah. I'll say that's good. Wait, let's give my character like a bajillion coins so I can buy a whole bunch of crates to see how it looks. $500 million. I need to format that. I haven't formatted it yet. Let's buy a legendary. Yeah, I did too. I just did a camera service. It's a fairly short service. I'm not going to be waiting 10 minutes. Luckily, I can skip. Okay, this guy doesn't... I've got to change the effects depending on what they are, so I'm going to have to make new effects. This is cool. Having all the little drops fly in from everywhere. I like that. I think the drops need to emit a bit of light though, or like the cash that flies into the player's inventory. But this looks pretty cool. And these have to have their overhead UI as well. I don't know if I said, but I was very lazy when making this index, and I didn't want to take 3 pictures of these guys, like one for the golden, one for the diamond, and one for the normal. So I just applied like a yellower tint to the golden and a blue tint to the diamond and stuff. I'd try and find one. They're not terribly rare. There's a diamond. Wow, look at that. Truly spectacular. Yeah. It's amazing. Fair enough. Yeah. There's such a cool, what's it called? Plugin, but it costs like money. You can't even buy it with the Robux. It's called Photo Booth. This guy, $10. But it basically lets you take any image and it, like of any object, and it gets rid of the background for you and exports it. You could have cash fly towards you. What's your money? That wouldn't be terribly complicated, and it could look kind of cool. I've got a whole currency service anyway, which is very pointless, so sure. Where is it? Wait, what am I streaming? There we go. Let's go. Currency service. UI. This is how I'm doing my currency at the moment. So I'm passing through cash, which is a scoped value. So every time that changes, it just automatically changes the text. So I don't have to do anything here. The client is listening. I have a data service that auto-replicates to the client, which is also done by Leaf, which is very, very helpful. It is so helpful. In self.friends, I set up check friends whenever a player joins. Yeah. Cool stuff. Yeah. Alright. So how am I going to do the flying cash? Should I do numbers or like cash icons? I feel like numbers would make a bit more sense than just a couple cash icons flying towards. Cash icons? Okay, that makes my life actually kind of easier if I do cash icons, so let's do that. Let's go client. Let's go components. What's it gonna be called? Cash effect? Or I'll say local module, because I want to do like cash effect play, and then it will just play a whole bunch of cash getting thrown in. Wow. Alright, well that's an option. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely doable, but what if the player is like really far away from their base? Then it's just gonna be like a whole bunch of money coming from a tiny point in the screen and going into the center. But I do understand what you mean. There should be like an indicator that there is money coming in. At the moment there isn't any money coming in because I've only set it up to give money on death. But I can change that. Alright, let's think about this. Let's firstly change a lot of this. So reward right now is like the number you get at the end. Let's say reward is going to be double what the reward is, and each time the player hits, they get a small amount of it. So hit and then reward. Go reward equals different animation when you in the player's power. Yeah, I mean it's very possible to do. It'll be a lot of work though. But if I have like a whole bunch of time on my hands, I could probably do that. Yeah, right. Reward is the issue is with the health minusing. What should the reward be? I can just set it to something arbitrary. Yeah, let's do. Wait, I'm not saving level. Let's save the level in here. So reward dot level. This pains me to do because it's very ugly. Let's say 1 out of 25. Then what's connected to the hit signal? Where am I initializing my cash currency? I mean my cash service. Cash service. That's actually pretty fine. Okay, so what I want to do is, because the player can get like a big multiplier from their friends in the game, from upgrades, from rebirths, whatever, I'll just say get multi. Self-server, player. So local friends bonus equals that times 20, so 20% per friend. rebirths. I think each rebirth gives 10%. Or rebirth bonus equals data service dot server get player rebirth times 10, let's say. Their cash potion. Imagine like if they were to have a cash potion enabled. So let's just close others to the right. Just whoop, up, dip, dip. Potions. I haven't type checked the data. Should I do that right now? Export type data rebirth number cash number current crate is a table with a name which is actually tool info with potions being a table with potion info. So what would a potion info be? A string time left is number. I mean, I don't feel like there's much more than time left, which means I could probably just say number. Inventory. I think that's just a string to a... No, it's a number to a tool info. Placed is also, I think, a number to a tool info. Index. Index is a bit odd. It's a string to strings. It's a string to a string, basically. It's just a table of strings of like different mutations that you found for each one. Upgrades. We're gonna have enemies, which is to a number. Conveyor to a number. Cool. Right. So we go. Let's just get the player data actually here. Local data equals data service get player type data. There we go. Now I can get the intelligence data.rebirth local potion bonus equals if potions cash then 100 else 0. Hopefully that works. I did a capital when I shouldn't. What's Emilure? It's like a dialect of... is heavily simplified. Most likely can't be... Can you give me like an example of what Emilure type checking looks like? Because I feel like... How do you get more simpler than normal type checking? I've never heard of Emilure before. Friends bonus, rebirth bonus. Is that it? Okay, there'll be game passes as well, but I haven't done game passes, so go reward. You know what, let's just go currency service and then give reward. Give cash. Player amount number. Multi equals self. Get multi. Service update. Cash. Function. Ooh. Function. Alrighty. That should be good. Returns a value between maximum. At paramin. Wait, so like. Weird. That's interesting. Wow. I've never seen that before. It probably can't be implemented to lure you, but it's kind of cool. On the top function gives a definition, right? So like a kind of like that. Yeah. The symbols are the parameters. Weird. How is that, like, easier than... I mean, I must just be used to this type checking then, because it's interesting. Not set cash. Give cash. Set cash is a different thing. Am I doing that for this? Okay. So I'm just giving the reward inside the guy, so I didn't have to pass through the reward at all. Which means I gotta clear it out from here. Enemy server. So it's like fully typing out English words. Yeah. I mean, that would feel no. I don't know what to think about that. I mean, it's kind of cool if you want to type everything in full English, but then again, there's a whole bunch more words that you have to type. It's just so much more time I feel like you would spend having to type it all. But then I haven't tried it, so I've got no clue. I'm speculating. Okay. Why am I getting 1,000 every time I... My code? Well, not code. Your code won't crash, but annotations won't work. Yeah, in Lua U, to annotate, it is, I'm fairly sure, just the line above your function, dash dash, and then those two guys like that, and then you can annotate. Whatever. I don't do much annotating, but... Ooh, that's cool. You see, it gives you a little annotation underneath it. Oh, but you can't. Can you annotate? I don't think you can put annotations into type checking. So if you want to export it... I see. I think that might be the issue. Yeah, I don't know. Is it possible to... Yeah, let me check. Annotations and type checking Lua. Maybe I just got the wrong word. You can put anything in with tables and view function. I feel like that's gotta be possible on Lua as well, but I just don't know how you do it. Because if I go watch data service dot server get, like, look, they've got code samples in here, parameters. I've just got no clue how to do it. I don't do annotating like that. Or maybe I've got annotating all wrong. I don't know if I'm speaking about the right thing. Oh no, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've got no clue how you'd annotate on Lua either, so... Oh. What do I work on now? Wheel time. Trying to get the picker wheel out. Picker wheel. upgrade shop. Tower overhead. I've kind of already done shop, so if I roll shop, I don't really want to work on it. I rolled shop. Let's spin again. Hide choice. Alright. Tower overhead or upgrades. And it is tower overhead. Alright. So, for tower overhead, I kind of wanted to do, the name. Surely it has to do with. Oh. Yeah, enough. No more time checking talk. Banned. Yeah, it probably does have something to do with Visual Studio Code. Because I haven't seen it in Roblox's, like, Roblox Studio either. I've got no clue. Right, tower overhead, which I should probably do on the server, right? Because if every player can see the towers, they should probably also be able to see the overhead. So tower UI, local scope equals fusion scope, local children, fusion children, motion props. What's the props gonna be? We'll figure that out. We want the name of the tower, which is a string, mutation, which is a string, and that's probably it for now. So, turn, scope, new, billboard, GUI. Wait, what am I streaming? Okay, yeah, I'm streaming the right thing. Size, it's gonna be 6'3". I'm taking a guess. I don't need anchor point. Let's just go straight to children real quick. Okay. So text label, name. Right, I'm not going to do all the positioning, I'm just going to add a UI list layout. Padding equals udim.new05. Probably shouldn't do it in what's it called? Pixels on a billboard GUI, but it's probably not going to look that bad, hopefully. Vertical alignment equals vertical alignment center, horizontal alignment and horizontal alignment center. Cool. Name equals name. Wait. Sort order. Point two. Stroke thickness equals 3. That's probably good enough for now. We need another one. Slight bit smaller. 0.1. This guy's going to be the rarity. Equals. Do I have rarity in towers? Towers. Props.name. Yeah, I do. Children equals scope new. My gradients. Color equals color 3. No, it's not. what am I doing? Gradients. Rotation equals -90. I just need damage per second and the mutation. So I feel like mutation should be above the text label. A tiny bit smaller. I've run out of coffee. Children. This, can I do visible equals if mutation tiny bit clanky, but this should be fine. Clunky is crazy. Scope, yeah. Gradients. I don't think I need to do that. Like, if it doesn't work, it's just gonna return nil, so. Okay. Order equals 1. Order equals 2. And order equals 3. Damage per second. And how do I do emojis? I don't know how to do an emoji. I'm gonna copy and paste one. Like damage emoji. Okay, there's not like a fight. There's ninja, there's boxing glove, sword, dagger, crossed swords. I feel like the best I'm gonna get is crossed sword. What should the gradient be? Gradient start. Dot strength. Dot. Yeah, I'll do dot strength for now. Okay, I do have one. No, actually, I want a theme. I want like dark, like really dark. But every other theme I tried just doesn't seem to make it look much nicer. I do have the charmed icons on over here, which makes these guys have like little nice folders and stuff. Apart from charmed icons, I can't find a nice theme. But if you have one that's like fully dark, I'll probably try and check it out. Scope, 0 strength. UI, is that it? Loud order. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Server tower placed. Model. Local UI equals tower UI tower UI dot parent equals model. That's just gonna go to like let's say model dot primary part so we can see what it looks like now. But the primary part's at the very bottom of the guy, so it's not gonna be looking good. Vira theme. It's paid. Who pays for themes? It's colors. It's colors on the screen. Why do they do that? So annoying. It's very clean. Not worth it. Yeah, I didn't think it was for a second. That would be awful, paying for a theme. Okay, how am I going to do these attachments? I'm going to switch over to this guy. Assets. Enemies. GitHub's light theme. GitHub's light theme. You use light themed themes? That's false. You're doing something wrong. What's the GitHub? I know like actual GitHub, the website's dark theme looks pretty nice. But do they have that for Visual Studio? Because if they did, then for sure I'd probably try and switch over. I kinda like it. The colors are all nice and everything. But yeah, it's official. Ugly light theme. Ugly, ugly light theme. Let's go over here. I'm gonna do an attachment in every primary part called UI. Stop lying, a fraudulent man. Let's change. It's not underrated, it's ugly. Like that. Go here. This is tedious. Oh. That's probably just a bird. This guy should be moved up a tiny bit. Actually, I'll have the UI list layout go from the bottom so I don't have to, like, guess where the middle is. Actually, rocks. I do use a dark theme when I'm really tired. Like, why put your eyes through the strain though? What do you get out of it? Out of that? GitHub. Of course, GitHub theme. 17 million. Okay, what is this? Is this the light theme? What am I on right now? How do I change it? Oh, that's what you use. Oh. I think this is it. How do I switch it? How do I switch to a nice looking one? Click on the set color theme. Oh. How colorblind am I? Dark default. That's kind of nice. Dark high contrast. No. Is this what you're saying looks nice? This is what you're saying it looks nice. You're wrong. Yeah. This, wait, not dimmed. Default. This looks nice. Oh, it's changed all my colors. What am I looking at? Now I kind of don't know what I'm looking at. I'll try it. Yeah, it does change the colors, sadly. I mean, they're just colors on a screen. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I like the colors. It's a change for me. I haven't tried it with these new colors. Yeah. Let's switch back and get all the attachments in first before I start scripting stuff without them. This guy needs an attachment up here. Copy. Paste. I do agree. This is almost exactly what I wanted for a theme, except I just now have to get used to the new colors, which is, yeah, is fine. Distribution. Some Visual Studio Code distro. Oh. Is it like open sourced Visual Studio? I feel like that is a thing, an open sourced Visual Studio, but I don't know if you know, but I'm on Linux. Yeah, I'm on Linux right now, so I think... I don't know if this is open source either. Probably not. But, yeah, so cool. So many errors all the time. It's really annoying, actually. Like, 2 streams ago, I did like a 24-minute stream. And I basically had to... I didn't have to, but during the stream, at the end, I hear a weird noise in my headphones, and it cuts out. I think my computer fully ran out of RAM because there was a memory leak somewhere, and I started seeing green artifacts and everything. You can hear my voice at the very end just start to glitch after I acknowledge the fact that there's a little, there's a noise in my headphones. But, yeah. I was not having a great time with Microsoft Windows either, and I thought I'd give Linux a try. And it's not the worst thing in the world. I've had worse. Like, I mean, I still prefer it over Windows. That's why I'm not using Windows. But I was I was on Mint for a while, like Linux Mint, but I switched to Fedora like a week ago. So this is almost a completely new computer for me. And if I spin my mouse around really quickly, it gets really big. I don't know if I can show that on stream or not. I can't tell if... Is it recording my mouse? No, it doesn't show it get really big. It just hides the mouse. That's annoying. Yeah, if I do a lot of circles, the mouse gets huge for some reason. I don't know how to turn it off, but it's kind of cool. That's done. Let's move these back to assets. But yeah, I mainly switched to Fedora because Mint was like... I was using X11 on Mint, and I didn't really like X11. Is my UI zoomed in now? I feel like it zoomed itself in. How do I zoom out? Okay, that's way too far. Maybe I'm just losing my mind right now. Enemy service. Where's UI? Thought I was switching to Linux. Windows 10. Yeah. I never switched. I've never used Windows 11 except for like on my school laptop, which came on Windows 11. It really depends on like your workflow though. I sort of went in before I started Roblox scripting a lot, like really wanting to script, and the Roblox Studio is not natively supported by Linux, so you have to use like ported stuff through Wine and stuff. I don't know how you say it. Okay, these overheads don't look great. Yeah, it's not perfect. How do I set the Y to 1, vertical alignment to bottom, so that they fill up from the bottom? But yeah, I have a couple of issues here and there with Linux, but to a degree I don't mind. It stopped me from playing a whole bunch of games, which gave me a whole bunch of free time, so I guess that's a positive. Okay, what's going on now? Yeah. Someone's like, can I do Billboard UI offset? And then Solus Microsoft, exactly. Wait, they're filling... There's no way they're filling File Explorer with ads. That's crazy. Although OneDrive was really annoying. Like having OneDrive everywhere throughout my files. Extent offset. Try to... Maybe I'll try like 2 on the Y on extents offset. Extents offset equals vector 3 dot new. I'm gonna add a loading screen to this as well, because everything seems to... I have to add a whole bunch of task.delays because of my silly coding, which ends up in a couple issues. But where's the UI now? So why network? Placed objects. UI board. What if I go -2? Is that higher? 5. That's doing nothing. Extends offset world space. 2. No. Start offset. Yeah, I'm using VS Codium. This isn't Google's, Chromium? Chromium's like that, Codium. Is it the same thing as like Chromium for Google, but so it makes your Visual Studio run faster? Wow. I've heard a lot of good things about a new IDE called like NeoVim, but I don't even want to try NeoVim. I've taken like a look at it and it just looks so unbelievably complicated to navigate, which I don't want to do. So this actually does nothing. But size equals udim dot from scale 0.5, I think. And then we can double these guys up a bit. So 2, 4, 2. No, I can't do that. That's going to be way too big now, but we'll see how that goes. So it makes your code run fast. I've already read that. Right. Is it all inside the guy again? It is. Size offset. Expected a vector 2. I knew it was a bit off. It wanted 2 scales, but I didn't know how to give it 2 scales with that. Okay. Wow, look at that. Overhead UI. Isn't old at all. It's a... Yeah, I know it's not old. You need to get extension. That's cool. Yeah. So you don't have any features for Visual Studio. The main issue is like I don't feel like I would be very good in a keyboard based text editor. It would be yeah. So it's not going to have any of the what's it called, IntelliSense or anything like that. You're gonna have to get the Lua LSPs and install everything, right? It's sort of, yeah. I kind of like that idea, but at the moment I'm very comfortable with Visual Studio. So you can have it. Yeah. Good. I'll probably try it someday, but not now. I don't really feel like it. Some stuff is handled by the community. Okay, but how do you navigate? Like, see this? Look, I can click around my file. Can I highly doubt I can do that in NeoVim, right? I like the ability to click around my file. I thought NeoVim you kind of have to go like this. But yeah. Right. This theme is actually really nice. I'm surprised I haven't been using it yet. Oh man. Well, they actually added the feature, but it's not recommended. Why isn't it recommended? It feels odd. They don't recommend you to click around. They just want you to spam the up and down button. Or are there like other ways to quickly... You have to press Control F and then search for what you're trying to find. Actually, that would make a lot of sense, if that's how it works. Yeah, it does. It does defeat the purpose. Oh. I'll try it out one day, but not now. Okay, what else do I need? Overhead UI done. Which kind of leaves me with just upgrades. So, different ways of navigating. There. Right. I'm gonna go AFK for like 2 seconds, and then I'll be back. I need to have some breakfast, because it's 10:30 and I haven't had anything to eat. How long have I... Well, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's a while. But yeah, I'll be back. I'll just leave this AFK. Or should I stop stream and come back? I'm gonna stop the stream and come back because it's already 2 hours. Alright, I'll be right back.